graphics alone
Very
anymore.
true.
It's
Very
it's
true.
it's past that point. So
Yep.
the game has to be good,
It's
otherwise I'm
all
just not.
about it's all about gameplay now.
Another game
Well, I
I'm
mean, it should
interested
always
in.
be about gameplay, but still.
No.
Another game I'm interested in at E3 is Force Unleashed 2. They just showed a demo maybe a day ago, and
Yeah.
I like the first Force Unleashed enough that I'm excited for the sequel. And they had a kick-ass trailer.
LucasArts is going to fuck it up somehow. They always do.
If it's
Probably.
if it's Force Unleashed with the issues I had with it fixed, which it sounds like it could be, then I'll be interested. If not, meh.
Even though it looks like the Clone Saga from Spider-Man all over again.
Yeah.
Are we
Looking-
finally ready to go in that topic? Anything left to talk about before that?
I'm pretty sure there's something we're forgetting that someone's going to chew us out for forgetting.
Did you guys mention Little Big Planet 2 and
Oh, okay, there you go. I forgot
Infamous
about
2 and Infamous 2 while I was away?
Well, that's why you're here, Lewis.
Little Big Planet
Yeah.
2 looks awesome. It's pretty much besides Portal 2, we have to talk about that as well. Little Big Planet 2 looks awesome. I mean, I never had time to actually make levels myself, being in college, having work and all that stuff. I just didn't have time to make levels. I loved hopping online and just playing other people's levels. And
That's
and
one of
now-
that's
now
one of my
you-
favorite things about Little Big Planet.
It's like now we don't have just platformers. We have racing games, shooting games. We have all sorts of stuff to make. And it's like, that's
And
awesome.
cutscenes.
Cutscenes, really?
Cutscenes. Yeah, they said that in the preview articles they had before E3. You can actually make cutscenes. And
Wow.
you can, and all this ties in. You can tie all your stuff together to make whole games rather than just individual stages and stuff. And that by itself is awesome. But then it's not just restricted to the platforming genre, which is also even more awesome. So I'm really psyched because even Little Big Planet 1 had
It
so
was-
many
it was an amazing
possibilities.
game. Yeah.
So when you
I
add,
would have made levels. I just didn't have time to sit there and learn everything. But
and the thing about Little Big Planet is, even if you're not into making stuff, there's still plenty of stuff to play around with that other people with the time to make stuff have made. I mean, granted, Yahtzee's right. A lot of it is shit, but at the same time, a surprising
there's a
amount
lot
of it
of
is
gold.
fun.
I love the Bioshock themed level when it first came out. Someone made an entire 10-minute level based on Bioshock, and it was awesome.
I bet you could say a level based on anything. Just name anything, and there's a level based on it somewhere out there.
The
Ooh,
dozens
porn.
of
It's the porn level.
Well,
the dozens
not
of Mario 1-1 levels.
how many Green Hill zones, I wonder. But yeah, and as for Infamous 2, I think it looks awesome. Granted, most of the info I have actually comes from an article I read before E3, and the trailer didn't actually tell me anything new, except what Cole's voice actor sounded like. But
Now-
yeah.
All right, and I know a lot of people were excited about the announcement of Infamous 2, but I never even played the first one. Why should I be interested in this game?
Well, the first one, even with its problems, was a real good game. The second one actually promises to fix pretty much all of them. Like the city, it was a good city, but at the same time, it's not lifeless, but it doesn't have that distinctive feel. It feels a lot like there are a lot of places, even with the distinctive locations in the city, there are a lot of places that look like other places. You pretty much need the map to find your way around because of that, but at the same time, it feels less lively than it should. That makes it sound bad, but really, even then, the game's atmosphere is awesome. The story is good, even though the animation and presentation was kind of budget. They got around it by making these really good comic book cutscenes to deal with the big scenes. The gameplay was good. It had a bit of a shooter feel to it, but
let's not get into an entire Infamous discussion.
Well,
More than we already have.
The point
No,
is,
you just answering my question. That's all.
Yeah, I know. I just don't want to
In summary,
hour.
it's a superhero game without a stupid costume and with a moral choice system. Infamous 2 promises to be that, except with a more complex moral choice system, climbing mechanics that are better graphics, better animation and story presentation, and a more diverse, lively cityscape to roam around in, and a continuation of Infamous's story. Literally the only point that looks iffy is that they changed the character design and voice actor of the main character. And it's kind of like, it kind of looks like they're selling out in that regard, because now he looks like Tony Hawk. He doesn't sound as gruff and gravelly. A lot of people.
Tony Hawk?
Tony Hawk.
he looks like something. He looks. They literally said that they were looking at people. They were looking at athletes like Tony Hawk and stuff to decide on his new design. He looks younger. He has like a full head of hair now. He doesn't look as gruff or at the same time, he still sounds angsty, though. Frankly,
So he's emo.
he was always gruff, not emo, just gruff. And I thought he was a really good character, actually, despite the fact that his voice actor was kind of like Solid Snake, except not as good. But they're changing his character around. I'm kind of apprehensive about this because I really kind of liked Cole McGrath as he was, But that's it. When the worst point is, oh, are they going to fuck his character up, or is it still going to be good? That's not a very big worry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Otherwise, Infamous 2 looks like a fucking awesome game. Maybe even a system seller, even. It's like Infamous 1 fell short of that by a very small margin. It was too unpolished. And that's really the only issue I have with it.
So you think it has the potential to be a killer app?
If that's your term for it, yeah.
Yes, that's everyone's term for a system seller.
I just call it a system seller, but whatever floats your boat, man.
Alrighty, let's wrap this thing up with the last two games we're going to discuss. The two Sonic games.
This is going to last us at least 10 parts, people.
Okay. 3 hours later. And now
pause
Sonic
the video, go get yourself some coffee, or Boost, or beer, or soda, whatever
chili
it is.
dog.
First off, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 already got our attention earlier.
Yeah,
So,
but we haven't really talked about it since,
I know, but let's go to Sonic Colors first.
I think
think-
it actually likes it. What the hell? The universe is backwards.
Everyone likes it. Even Sonic Retro likes it, and they're trashing Sonic 4 right now.
I've never seen such pre-positive reception for a Sonic game such as this. It's mind-blowing.
Well, it's because they came out right at the start and said, it's all the Sonic gameplay. This is what we're giving you. There's like... there's...
All you liked was the day stages and Unleashed. Here's an entire game based off of that.
Yeah, look, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. But this is what Unleashed should have been in the first place.
Yes, it should have been. But actually, when it comes to the gameplay mechanics of the day stages themselves, they're really answering a lot of the complaints with those as well.
Yeah, I know. I definitely like. Well, first off, I'm actually really impressed, graphically speaking, of the game. It looks freaking incredible.
Well,
It makes the Wii version of Unleashed look like shit.
Yeah, it does.
Well, what my biggest praise of the graphics is, at least graphics engine, all that stuff, is that they're sticking with the same thing. This has been my biggest problem with Sega over the years, that every game they have to change the Sonic model and change the engine, and not really fix the problems and make a better game based off the previous one. It seems like they finally realized that it's like, okay, this was good. Let's improve what we already made was good. And they haven't really done that since Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
Yeah. The thing that really gets me about it is not just the graphics. They've made the gameplay play exactly like the 360 version of Unleashed, except not so boost happy, not like 300 miles per hour down 15.
Yeah, the boost seems limited.
Yeah.
It is, and you know what? I like that because you couldn't even hear the music in Unleashed, and it had good
it
music.
wasn't ever. Actually, you're right about that because I hated that filter they applied to the music when you were going so freaking fast. I can't hear the music. God damn it!
But even more than that, not only is it playing like Sonic Unleashed 360, but apparently they've even improved his slower controls. According to
Thank God.
some of the people at Retro who've actually played the demo, they've made him less slippery for precision stuff, which is good because they're focusing more on platforming during the 2D sections. And if he was too slippery, that'd be kind of a problem.